Do you remember Douglas, your twin? He asked. Duncan's. He is ill, so his controller is short of an engine. Now, I can't spare anyone until Duke is mended, but I want to suggest to him that one of us— Oh, sir, please, sir, cried the engines excitedly. The thin controller held his ears. You can't all go, he laughed. I thought Sir Handel.
On the 22nd of July 2023, I attended the toured Awdry extravaganza and had an unforgettable experience. So when the 4th was announced, I knew I'd be going. At the time of writing the script, it's the 28th of July, a week since the event. It's time for me to tell you all my experience. This is the Awdry extravaganza, trains, friends, and no more money. Now, unfortunately, the earliest ferry I could get was the 2 o'clock ferry, so I would miss the freight train, though the ferry journey made up for it. I had gotten upgraded to the private room with the recliners, which was just amazing. The ferry arrived at Holyhead around 6 o'clock. After a quick stop at McDonald's, the drive to town began. I arrived at the railway around 9, and it wasn't completely empty. I got a chance to meet Luke Ryan, who I had missed last year, and the faceless Rusty. After that, I headed to the B&B, ready to see what tomorrow would bring. When I got to the railway, I was pleasantly surprised with the new face for Rusty, which at the time I thought was the best face the railway had ever made, but then Sahanda pulled in, wearing the actual best face the railway ever made. Following that, Veronica Chambers gave a very sweet speech, which really was the best way to start the day. Once Sir Handel and Sir Hayden set off with the first train, I met up with a few of my friends, where we goofed around in the model tent. I got a few autographs, and we filmed a few memes.
I had a good job until my boss accused me of stealing. I better call Saul!
While at the tent, I bought a few earls from Railmaster and Kumata. Spoiler alert, but I had spent all the money I had brought with me on them.
I spent the last of it getting here.
Soon, a very upset looking Skarloey arrived, and I joined Ronan, Adam, Kieran, Adam's sister, Peter, Will, and 2 other people I forgot the names of. Leave a comment if you're watching. Up the line, which was a lot of fun.
I'll have an MM.
I want some.
I'd never lose any face.
Oh, thanks very much.
Adam and Will stayed on the train while the rest of us got off at Dolgok. We wanted to explore the area, but unfortunately the rain had gotten heavier, so we were basically stuck under the shelter for about 20 minutes. Later, Dolgok, Smudger, John, Jennings arrived, whose train I hopped on to get back to Wharf for the chapel train. Though I arrived a little early, so I took this time to go to the sheds at Pendry and got some exclusive photos of the newly repaired Edward Thomas, which was the highlight of the trip for sure. Then I made my way back to Wharf for the chapel train, where we raced Terrier 55 Stepney, who was driving the ever so inspiring car. Once the train got back, I went up to the exhibition and saw a Steamy tank with his newly upgraded Percy model, and I got a chance to work its eye mechanism. To finish up the day, I decided to race the boat train, though by the end, I was soaked. I just went straight back to the B&B, but god damn it, if I knew the cinema was showing Blue Mountain Mystery, I would have gone there. Instead, I spent the night watching Legally Blonde 2. Good film. The next day was a lot quieter, though on the bright side, it was a whole lot more sunnier. It was so nice seeing the engines shine in the sun. My main priority of the day was to get footage of Skarloey for an Old Faithful remake, and I think I got some pretty nice clips. On the way back down the line, we stopped at Abercarnowan, and I saw Awdry's models and the TV series Prop of Harold. I didn't stay till the end of the day, I instead got off at Dolgok, and then made my way back to Ireland. My trip last year ended at Dolgok, and this year's trip ended at Dolgok. Poetic. This event was amazing. It was great to see my friends again. Finally getting to see Tally Lynn and Edward Thomas are experiences I'll never forget. It was miles better than last year's event if I'm being honest. I'm already planning my trip back. That's all from me today. Bye for now. Before you go, here's some clips of the trains.
Catch you for the runway later on.